Alright, so I finally did it. Just got the Ventrac a few days ago. Ended up going with the 4500Y. I went with the diesel. I did a lot of research and there was reasons why I chose this. There's going to be more videos to come. I'm going to do a separate video on just the diesel portion, my decision, what I figured out. I'm going to tell you guys some more about that. We're going to talk about the 72-inch flip-up deck that I got. I'm going to go over why to choose that. I also got the power bucket, the front blade, and I ended up selling my Steiner Tough Cut, and I went with a Ventrac as well. So I'm going to do separate videos on the attachments to tell you guys why I sold my Steiner attachments and went with the Ventrac. Now, I had my 430 for I think it was like 15 years. I really loved that tractor. It never let me down. The main problem I had with that was the front PTO belts, but that could have been some alignment issues I was having also. Plus running the 72-inch deck in high grass, it is hard on the belt. So not that that's all the tractor's fault, but other than that, I couldn't ask for a better machine. That 430 was tough. It just come in handy so many times. The only downfall of the 430 was the size. It was a little smaller. This just has a few more capabilities of handling better things. As for some of the newer Steiner tractors, I run them. I just didn't care for them. This, for fit and finish, it just feels like everything that Ventrac did from the SDLA lever to the switches, the instrument panel. What I love about this is the gauge cluster for the warning lights. The other thing I like on the Ventrac is I know they had some issues with these gauges. They're getting them resolved, but I love the dash panel with the gauges. Everything is so easy to see. Even in bright sunlight, it comes up clear. They got the speedometer, everything. I like that. The other thing I like with the Ventrac is they got all the cutouts for all the options and accessories that you'd want. So I got the rear work lights, but I aimed them forward so that I can mow at night because we're going into fall and for plowing snow and stuff. I also upgraded to the LED headlights when I bought this. So check back, there's going to be more videos on that too. I'm going to show you guys. I already did a video on the regular headlights of the 4500 when I had the Z here as a demo, but now that I got these lights turned around since it's my tractor, it's pretty nice. I mean, it lights everything up perfect. I couldn't ask for anything more. Now, main reason I chose a Ventrac, I looked at other options. I looked at 2000 and 3000 series John Deere's. I really liked the tractors with the cabs. I checked out Kubota, Case IH, all of them. I've been studying this for a few years. The main problem I have with the compact tractors is the weight issue. The soil conditions that I have here with a lot of sand, and then I got clay, which the clay's fine in the summertime, but if you get it wet in the spring, it's a mess. I was leaving ruts with my 430 last year when we had all that rain. That is the reason why I got the dual wheel kit on the Ventrac, because I'm not going to deal with wet conditions, compacted soil, and leaving ruts no more. So that's another big plus for the Ventrac. There's been videos done before. I mean, having a compact tractor is nice. The front end loader, it's a trade-off. I mean, the front end loader is nice. I mean, it would come in handy, but for me, being able to switch from attachment to attachment within a minute, I could sort of sacrifice that. The plus side to a compact tractor, and this has been talked about, the one thing I really liked about a compact was I can find, it don't matter if it's Bush Hog brand, Ford, Kubota, John Deere, Case, any King cutter, you can find mowers, blades, anything that'll fit on a 3-point category 1 and work. So you can find attachments for a compact tractor very reasonable, rather than trying to find a Ventrac attachment because they're the only ones that make that, and you just don't find them, and when you do find them used, you got to pay more money for it. So that being said, that's one place the compact would have an advantage of, is being able to find reasonable attachments. But the downfall to that is every time you're doing something, your neck hurts because you're always looking behind you. Once you get used to an articulated machine like this, having everything out front, whether it be the blade, the mowers, anything that you're doing, and I've said this before, and Ventrac can use this if they watch these videos, once you have a Ventrac, you'll never look back because everything's out in front of you, and it just makes it so nice whenever you're doing something. Instead of having a belly mower where you're staring like this the whole time, looking up and down, you just look ahead and everything's right there. So just, it's hard to beat these. The quality of this machine, everything about it is extremely heavy duty. Everything's still steel hood, steel side panels. I mean, they didn't go plastic on nothing. A lot of things in this tractor are probably built heavier than what it needs to be, but I would much rather have them do that than, you know, have put cheaper stuff on and make it fail. Another great thing about this, I love about the Ventrac, made in USA, right here, my home state of Ohio. That was another big plus. I'm supporting US workers. The only downside I can really say about this, and this is talked in a lot of comments on a lot of videos, and you can't deny this, the price of the machine. Guys, they are extremely expensive, I get it, but a good tractor isn't cheap, and a cheap tractor isn't good. This thing's gonna offer years of dependable service. Now, if you're, you know, a municipality or you have a lawn care business, this thing is gonna make you so much money with the power rake, the tough cut, and all the other attachments you can get to it, that the tractor probably isn't that expensive of an investment for your company, because you're gonna make it back with a lot of revenue in a short amount of time. Now, for the normal property owner like myself, yeah, it is tough to figure that, hey, I got to spend this much money on this. It is a lot of money. But I know that 15, 20 years down the road, this thing's still going to be running strong, and I'm not going to be breaking down all the time. And like I said, I'd much rather them pay a little more and have them keep the metal hood and, you know, build it with quality parts, rather than sacrifice that, you know, to buy a cheaper machine. Other than that, that's the only really negative thing that I could say about this tractor. One other thing I will say, what really promoted me on going with this, is I've been putting this off for a few years now, actually quite a few years. I've been, you know, if anyone's watched this channel, I've demoed a few models. It was a hard decision. Do I really want to spend the money on it? My 430 worked, but I'm a little bit, it did fine, but I was almost to the size of what I was maintaining with it. I could use a bigger machine. Every year my tractor's getting older, the value is going down, and every year the prices of new stuff's going up. So it was almost a trade-off. I figured I better just go ahead, sell mine now, and buy one and just be done with it. So I just figured I'll go ahead and list it. If it sells, it sells. If it doesn't, I'd keep it, and it sold, you know, quite quickly. So I was without a tractor for 3 weeks. Luckily, we've been in this drought, so the grass was actually really tall. I didn't get this tractor till a couple days ago, so I had a chance to use the diesel in some really tall grass and conditions, and that was good because I wanted to, when I do my next video on that, to talk about the engine. I wanted to at least have some more experience because it's been a few years since I you know, demoed the Y. Love this machine. Like I said, quality built, things run forever. Nothing really negative to say. A few options I got is I did get the front and rear 12 volts. I didn't get the auxiliary hydraulics just yet because I'm going to wait. You know, with getting the duals and the other options and the LED headlights and stuff, I was spending enough money. I figured if I ever want the grapple bucket for the power bucket, I'll get it. But anyone interested in one of these or have been thinking one tractor or the other, you know, get on Ventrac's website. I'll put a link, you know, in the description below. Go right to their website. They have a dealer locator. You know, I strongly suggest go out and try one of these. I think you'll be really impressed. Try to have a dealer come out, let them, I've talked to other people, you know, through YouTube and other things, and just, you know, talking with groups. Some dealers, one brought them out a diesel and the Kubota gas. So you can test both, you know, see which one you guys want. The Kawasaki model maybe, that's, you know, continuous slope. So far, it's only been a few days. I'm really happy. It was such a joy mowing with this machine. Like I said, there's a lot more videos to come. I'm going to try to do them on the headlights, the roll bar lights, showing you guys at night, different things. And the one nice thing about buying the 4500Y is there's really no other Ys on YouTube with the diesel that really does any tests or show it work. So I'm going to try to prove this thing. I know it gets a lot of shame because it's the lowest horsepower engine in the class of the Ventrac lineup, but like I said, I'm gonna try to prove this thing with some videos and let you guys hear it and see it. And if you have a lot of hills, I wouldn't suggest this one. I'd definitely go with the gas, but we'll talk about that in later videos. So if you haven't, go ahead and subscribe or keep checking back. Hit the bell so when I come out with these new videos, you guys can check them out. Thanks for watching.